Hi, I'm here with Lady Saints head basketball coach Todd Tichetto, and I'm here with sophomore De'Ara Allen. How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Pretty good.
Good, okay. Playoff season begins on Saturday at the Greenhouse. You guys are playing Garden City. Everyone starts 0-0, but you know, how are you guys feeling right now going to the game?
I think it feels good. It's a one-game season for us right now, and you have to look at it like that, and you win this, and you keep going. So I think we feel pretty good about where we're at.
Yeah?
I'm pretty confident. It's kind of like not a whole new season, but just a whole new redo of everything. Everyone's 0-0, so it's kind of a fresh start to go into playoffs. So I kind of don't want to think about the losses, but just think about going forward and just moving forward as we go.
Well, exactly, and that's actually something that you actually all bring about the losses coming in. But at the same time, too, you guys have beat Garden City twice during the season.
But it's so hard to beat teams 3 times.
That's right,
So,
and so, but as we sort of talk about it, that sort of goes both ways, right? Like you don't want to be overconfident going. And how actually do you sort of think that, you know, not to be overconfident of thinking about that past of beating them, but you just sort of said that it's hard to beat them 3 times.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can always do good one game, but then also do bad another. So it's kind of going into that thinking that, you know, anything can happen at any given moment. So just kind of being in the moment, just playing and just giving whatever is taken to you. So yeah, just kind of just playing in the moment and not thinking too ahead of the game, but also not thinking about past situations also. Right. So.
Now, Coach, you also had a bye at the end of the season over there, so that gave you some extra time. It gave you a week. What did you do during that week? Did you guys heal up a little bit? Did you also guys have a chance to sort of go over things?
Yeah, we went over things. We healed up a little bit, not quite healed yet. But, you know, we got to go over some of the stuff we want to do. And we know if we play hard and play as a team, we're going to be just fine. And that's our focus. If we do the right things, we're going to win.
That's been sort of the mantra the whole entire season. That, you know, it doesn't matter who we're playing. If we play our game, we should win, right?
Yeah, we're hard to guard when we share the ball, when we move, when we have good attitudes, when we communicate. We're hard to guard. And we're also hard to score on when we're doing it right as well, especially when our bigs are playing well. So, yeah, we just want to do what we do, and then we think we'll be okay.
Talk a little bit, actually, even though that, you know, we just went over that, but talk a little bit about Garden City and what your approach is at over there. And again, you know, beating a team 3 times, always hard, but again, you guys took care of them during the semester, during the regular season, but again, you know, all 0-0, right?
Yeah, it is, and you know, they're going to face guard either Halima or De'Ara or Halima and De'Ara. They don't guard like they have in the past, so they do struggle guarding us. They don't shoot it well, but they drive hard to the rim. They throw their bodies into you. They get to the free throw line last. We can't foul. We got to be in position. That means we got to communicate early and move our feet. So if we do that, we're going to be just fine. And then we do rebound against them pretty well because they're not very big. So, again, if we do our thing, we were confident.
Are you pretty happy with practices going into tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's been really good. We got a lot of shooting in, got a lot of our stuff in, some of the new stuff we're doing. So I like where we're at.
And you said that you're feeling pretty confident. You think that things are sort of rolling and a good mindset going in?
Yeah, I think we just, me personally, I just feel like I can't go in there thinking too high and too low, kind of just staying neutral in it. Think like knowing that it's win or go home, but also giving, you know, more energy or more effort than I feel like I've given in regular season, you know, kind of giving that extra push and like pushing myself, knowing how much is at stake and knowing that, you know, when you lose one, you go home. Anyway, so kind of just trying to push myself to give more than what I've given throughout the season and regular season going into playoffs.
Now you're heading over to Texas El Paso for next year, and you're a sophomore, so you've been here for a couple of years. Talk about a little bit of your time here at Seward.
I feel like it's taught me, I wouldn't trade this experience here for anything. I feel like it's taught me a lot about myself, taught me how to grow and mature. Not even just basketball, but I feel like in life in general, you know, different aspects that, you know, will teach me in the long run, even if I don't decide to play basketball anymore. You know, controlling my emotions, you know, not being so hard on myself and realizing that, you know, mistakes come and, you know, work ethic and all that stuff, like being the best, you know, you got to keep going no matter what it is and things like that. So I feel like Seward has taught me a lot that I wouldn't trade for anything. So,
Coach, talk a little bit about De'Ara and her time here.
Well, she's one of the most talented players in the country, and if she does what she just said she did, we're not going to lose the rest of the year. I'm telling you right now. She's important to us. It's a responsibility of hers that, you know, sometimes she gets down on herself for not even really making a bad mistake. And when she doesn't do that, she's a leader. People follow her because she does play hard. She does guard. She can get to the rim. She can shoot. So if our sophomores, and we can say all we want about our freshmen, if our sophomores play well, hard, and lead, we're going to win. And and she's the star of that because eyes are on her. From the crowd to the refs to the other team, eyes are on De'Ara, and she's one of the best players in the country, especially when she's locked in.
They talk a little bit actually about that, being a sophomore, being a leader on this team.
I feel like that too has taught me a lot. Realizing that I'm not, I've always had somebody else to look up to. I've never been put in that leadership role. High school, yeah, but not in a certain aspect of in college. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's taught me that every move, and also in Seward, how everybody's watching, it's such a big platform to be at Seward. So it's kind of like everybody's watching your every move, Not trying to say like that, but like being aware of what you do outside of basketball and inside of basketball, Like I said, my emotions, certain things you do because little kids are looking up to me in a way. And also my teammates, they're seeing what I'm doing.
Right.
They kind of like my energy and things like that kind of affects the team, you get what I mean? So it's kind of just being aware of your actions and being aware that somebody's always going to be watching you, no matter what you're doing, you're always being watched. So it's kind of like, what do you do when you're being watched? Or like, what do you do when you're not being watched? Are you always keeping that same energy, keeping that same positive attitude?
Right.
So yeah, I think that's what taught me about being a leader, just seeing how other people look at you. How do you want to be perceived as a leader and things like that. So.
Right. Have you started seeing that growth?
Yeah, and I think every day, and do we have regressions with everybody? We do, but I think she knows now we need her. Like, we're not winning without her being at her best, and that doesn't mean making every right play. That means playing hard and having a great attitude and being the leader she is, And I said at the beginning of the season, I'll bet on this group every time, and it hasn't changed. I still think we're the best team. I still think we're going to win.
All right, so Lady Saints take on the Bronxbusters, Garden City, at the Greenhouse on Saturday at 3 p.m. I know that it's going to be a packed crowd, and I know that you guys feed off that energy. De'Ara, anyone you want to shout out to?
Shout out to my family and my pets back home. Love you guys.
All right. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. We'll see you on Saturday.